Kerala, God's own country, the land of Malayalam cinema, which is probably the smallest film industry compared to major film states in India. But Malayalam beats many film industry when it comes to quality. I have watched hundreds of Malayalam movies, from Srinivasan movies to his son Vinit's movies, from Mohanlal to his son Pranav movies, from Mammootty to his son Dulquer Salmaan movies. I'm a huge fan of Dulquer Salmaan. When Bangalore Days was released, my first impression was he is my favorite Malayalam hero. From Adur Gopalakrishnan movies to the modern day masterclass. I have watched them, studied them, and finally figured out what is the code that makes Malayalam cinema special. I will explain their secret sauce with an example in this video. Let's get started. You might have heard it is their stories, raw content scripts, directors, actors, all of them are true. But there is one ingredient that makes Malayalam cinema stand out, which is screenplay writing. Now, what is screenplay writing? Screenplay is a style of writing that comes after script writing is done. The format is actually writing how exactly the film happens with minute visual elements. The screenplay tells you how engaging the story is visually. To understand this better, let's go through with a movie reference. There is a wonderful movie called Madilugal. In this movie, the main character Bashir Bhai is a popular writer played by Mammootty is put into prison because of controversial writing. As a part of his own prison routine, when Bashir Bhai wakes up in the morning, he does gardening work. He also grows rose plants because Bashir Bhai loves roses. He takes care of them like children. One day the jailer announces a date where all the political prisoners will be released along with Bashir Bhai. Now Bashir is very happy. He starts preparing for his release. He even tells other friends in the jail about it. But here comes the first conflict. When the release day comes, jailer brings the list of all the names, but Bashir's name is not there. All the political prisoners will be released. He will be left alone. Now the lonely life and routine continues. Obviously, jail, right? He won't have Netflix to chill. In the prison garden, there is a huge wall. On the other side of the wall is a women's prison. One day, Bashir Bhai walks around the wall and whistling, talking to the tree, talking to the squirrel. One lady prisoner, Narayani, listens to his whistling. She asks who is whistling. Now both desperate, lonely prisoners start communicating. Bashir Bhai's loneliness is gone all of a sudden.
പേര് പറഞ്ഞില്ലല്ലോ. നാരായണി. സുന്ദരമായ പേര്.
In the first conversation, love happens between both of them. Both Narayani and Bashir Bhai desperately want each other. In this particular scene, they come closer to the wall. It gets more romantic. At this moment, you know what she says? She says she's listening to him pressing her boobs to the wall. He starts kissing the wall from this side, telling her where he is kissing. Then she asks for a rose plant from the garden which he is growing. Now, before throwing the plant, he starts kissing all the roses of the plant and all the leaves and asks her if she will keep the roses. You know what she says? She says she will keep in her heart, inside her blouse. This is the kind of conversation that turns on both of them. Now, the wall is huge, right? How do they even communicate when they come back the next day? Here's an idea. She throws a stick up and she will keep throwing up till Bashir Bhai notices. When he sees the stick, he gets closer to the wall and the romantic conversation happens. Every day they keep talking and the love connection becomes stronger. Now the craving to meet each other intensifies and both of them plan to meet in the prison hospital. And also they plan how to identify each other and which spot. Both are super excited, but here comes the next conflict, a major one. When this intense love story is happening, jailer comes with a notice saying Bashir Bhai is getting released. Now fuck this. It can't happen, right? Audience have invested so much attachment to this love story and he stands there and stares at Narayani keeps throwing the stick. But the interesting part is throughout this movie, there is not a single visual of heroine Narayani. You can only hear Narayani's voice, but you feel the entire fucking scene as if Lalita Chechi is right next to the wall. That's the power of screenplay writing. And that is what Malayalam cinema has cracked. There are only 3 film industries that are very religious about screenplay writing. First comes Hollywood, you can't beat them. Then comes Korean film industry, especially their TV series. And then Malayalam cinema, very religious. If you look at all the best Malayalam movies, all of them have this pattern of screenplay writing. They all start with very simple, in backyard with a very few characters. Then they show raw character flaws. Then you start liking the characters. Then comes smaller conflicts. These smaller conflicts lead to major conflict, which makes the story very, very engaging. If you look at the numbers, Kerala makes on an average 200 movies in a year. Are all of them good? No. Malayalam makes a lot of crappy movies that don't even deserve 5 rating on IMDb. But largely the good movies win the audience. That is where they shine. I made a reel of the same topic and most of them comment about drugs. If you are a Malayali, be proud of your own film industry. Don't fall for this propaganda of, Kerala is drowning with drugs. There is drug issue, but I personally think it is too much of hype to put Kerala in a bad image. In reality, I don't think the drug issue is that big.